Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This is a blog about a nurse who she is female, but she moves very masculine, like butchy, and people at the hospital, nurses at the hospital, they want to know how long is she going to be there. They talk about a shakeup in the healthcare in Barbados, and they want to know or shine a light on this particular person that works at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Now, she is out of Silver Hill in Christ Church, and they're saying that she takes information and she lies. She would take what she's seeing and that lies, and she's taking it to the quote unquote higher ups in the clinical environment because she's hoping to make her co-workers look inefficient, and she wants to position herself in a job or in a title that pays her and she could be the boss. That's what she's hoping for. No, let me see. Fellow nurses are seeing hell because this particular nurse, she's telling lies, even though some senior staff, they will see what this person is doing. They still give it a listening ear. They still give her a listening ear because of the friction she creates. Workmates are very wary of her. She gossips about patients, personal matters. Which should remain private. Giving fellow nurses a bad name with the public. She makes people wonder how someone like her became a nurse, because she's very unprofessional, unethical, and she's giving the nursing profession and the QEH a bad name, it's a bad vibe you get when you see this particular nurse moving around and behaving the way she behaves. People are wondering, how is she still there? She came close to getting into a physical altercation, because a senior colleague told someone that she was talking about her behind her back, and pure lies. That's what they're saying, pure lies. She says she is a product of her environment and therefore cannot do any better. Okay, that's what they're saying. Some say she chose the job of being a nurse because it makes her able to carry out her sick perversions. Wow. Okay, so for someone who likes causing strife in the workplace, she should have enough common sense to know that she would be scrutinized. And there's plenty of talk going around about her as a teenager. This is getting into the history, the background of this particular person. She will let van males blank her for small change, and then they would turn around and talk about her and talk about what she's carrying and to stay away from her and blah blah blah. But you all know that it is guys who put diseases in females. Okay, a female does not wake up with it unless it's congenital. She came through the mother and the mother had a disease, then the mother would have gotten it from a male. Okay, unless they are doing bestiality, you usually get whatever you get from a male. Okay, so they're saying with all the news about the shakeup, as I said, in the healthcare industry in Barbados, it would be good to know that management addresses the issue of this particular nurse, because no one deserves to be assaulted by her as often as it happens at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Now, this female is out of Silver Hill Christ Church, and yeah, let's call it KR. K first name, R last name. So they want, she's a registered nurse and midwife at Ministry of Health. That's what is found on her LinkedIn profile. So yeah, the management, the people who run, the CEO and the CFO, people who manage the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, they're being asked to look at this particular nurse who is female but acts very masculine, and she's terrorizing others who work there, and also she's messing with the private records of patients. And we know that that is something that came up in my blog recently with medical files, the ones that Patrick King had. He's a pathological liar. That one was a lie, but he opened up a door. He opened up a door because since then, I told you I haven't done anything about it as yet, but I have received few pieces of people's medical records, and the gangsters are going to hone in on that. It doesn't take any guns. It doesn't take any bullets. All it takes is a cell phone for you to snap a photo of certain pages of someone's medical records and sell them. That's what's happening in Barbados as I speak. That is what is happening in Barbados, okay? So that is the blog on KR out of Silver Hill Christ Church. And that's it. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.